I think the market is jittery because it wants a lot of quick returns, but it also is struggling to understand how all the pilots that it has been doing for the last 6-8 months, year and a half, can now move into the enterprise world. Now that is the secret sauce. How can you move into the enterprise world, the business world? Not just write poems and draw pictures, but move and work in the enterprise world. And this is where customers are facing problems because data is an issue. Legacy infrastructure is an issue. So they have to move away from legacy, they have to clean their data, and they have to be all in AI.
We continue to see attackers abuse those remote access tools. Think about how you can secure your environment. And then finally, Environment 25 shows you those trends I talked about and how the threat landscape is changing. Thank you for your time.
Software companies and stock values, that's always a very, very nuanced view, really. Look, stock markets go up and down, and we are investors, and people in the tech industry are investors for the long term. What is happening now is that there's been actually trillions of dollars invested in infrastructure, things like energy, things like data centers, things like model making for the last 5 or 6 years. And this is the time, 2026, a pivotal year, when everybody is saying, I need returns, and I need returns now. And that is why there's been some erosions and some course corrections. But this will all settle in another 6 or 8 months, I think.
Well, I think there's definitely a new skills revolution coming, right? It's being called the fourth skills revolution. The issue that we've got is that we hadn't actually finished the third skills revolution, which was around computing and software. What that effectively is going to mean is that, yes, there's going to be lots of uncertainty, there's going to be lots of jitters in the market, but it's always going to go through a period like this until it's more settled, until we understand the type of skills that the market needs, and also what's going to be relevant for the market as well. So I would probably describe this as a period of uncertainty whilst those questions are settled.
Lots are being written about whether there is an AI bubble, whether there isn't an AI bubble, whether the bubble is about to burst, whether it's not about to burst, and also whether we are at the beginning of an AI bubble, the middle, or even the end. AI technologies are having real impact, whether it's productivity or working effectively or efficiently. So adoption is happening. And I think that is really what we should be focusing on in terms of the real value and the real opportunity of AI. What happens in terms of a bubble is really for the market to decide.
I think that we're moving into a different stage with AI. We're moving away from AI as a side project or a greenfield project into really operationalizing AI. How are we going to govern the risk around AI? How are we going to incorporate its workflows? So it's a lot more about what the feasibility and viability is from a business perspective.
Native engineering team. So we're going to have this conversation for about 20 minutes, and then what we'll do is we'll pass out the mic, so if you've got any questions.
And we've been on this journey for the last few months of having to rewrite our tech stack because we had a legacy product.
Engineering, just been having these conversations maybe, but over the last 18 months, you've really been on that.
So you see, this is really